Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's me, Tyra, and we're gonna do a little chit chat and makeup today. I'm just feeling very chit chatty. I actually have a birthday party to go to at the end of this month. It's actually a themed birthday party. So my makeup look has to be very specific, honestly. So we're gonna try and practice that. I posted a video not too long ago doing a red lip that I failed at. Most people said they loved it, but in my opinion, it looked terrible. I actually need to wear a red look for the party. So we're just gonna practice that in chit chat. By the end of this chit chat, hopefully we got something that looks decent. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm actually gonna start off with this Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Pink Juice Moisturizer. I somehow always grab for this when I'm about to like prep my face for makeup. I honestly should have a better routine with how I go about this, but this is all we got for now. The last time that we talked, I definitely was in a bit of a different place in my life. I had just turned 25 and that was back in April. And that was more of an emotional chit chat. I remember definitely crying a few times, definitely just getting emotional because of what was going through my life at that time. And I'm pretty sure you guys, if you watched that video, if you haven't, I'll link it up in the iCard right here. But if you watched that video and just am a little curious of how like I'm doing today with that particular situation that I really didn't speak on because personal business, it's great. Things are actually moving forward and moving up. So all I can say is God is good, and he's definitely had his hands over everything in my life. And I'm blessed. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Moving on from the moisturizer, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows. I actually have a hard time doing my brows while I'm on camera. So I'm going to try and slay my brows off camera, and then I'll be back so we can get this chit chat really going. I just finished doing my brows and prepping my eyelids because that's actually where I'm gonna start first. Just because I have gotten in this like rhythm of actually trying to put more effort into my eyeshadow looks. I feel like makeup is supposed to be fun. So when you're constantly doing the same looks over and over, you're constantly not wearing eyeshadow because it's too hard to create and all that. It's just like, okay, enough of the excuses and actually try. I have never been the type of person that said eyeshadow was hard to do, but I do see that sometimes I don't really put any of it on because in my head it's a little bit more calculated than just slapping the color on your eyes, like the placement, the blending and all that. So I actually made it a mission to start wearing eyeshadow every single time I put on makeup, and I try to match my eyeshadow to my outfit instead of just like doing the same old like bronzy eye, or like doing the hack where you just put bronzer on your eyelid to give it like a flush of color. Actually try to do like an eyeshadow look. So in this case, since I know my whole outfit is neutral but I need a red lip, I don't want to make an eye and a lip clash, so I want to do something like neutral on the eye, but it actually looks like effort was put into the eyeshadow. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take my all-time 2 favorite palettes and see what I can come up with. Also guys, this battery is on like 9%, and I have 2 other batteries charging. I have no idea why I was not allowing my other batteries to charge as they were sitting here, but I think they were fully charged, and then I let them sit there and they all drained out because they weren't being used. So now I'm like, crap, I should have plugged something up if I knew I were gonna film today, but I didn't know I was gonna film today, so whatever. Okay, let's get to the fun. Let's get to the chit chat of it all. I think I wanna start breaking my chit chats up into like sectors of my life, like physically, mentally, spiritually, socially, career, relationship. For me, it's kind of hard to just like go off the whim work and just start talking about whatever when I don't really have a guide of like what to talk about or how to segue into the next conversation. So I kind of want to start with physically first. Physically, I actually have been doing really, really well physically. I made it a mission this year to get back to my roots with the way that I take care of my body. I grew up being a pretty physical person. Like, I had always been in some sort of sport, whether that was gymnastics, swimming, running a little bit, or I guess track a little bit, and just naturally working out in general. Like half of the time it wasn't even always about the sport. It was naturally just being a physical person and working out. And then fast forward as I got older, of course your body starts to develop as a woman and you start to gain weight fluctuates. But I feel like a lot of the times for me, for a long time, I tried to like look at it as, well, your body is just fluctuating because you're getting older, which it was, but then a lot of it was me just not taking care of it too. And I realized that once I got in a relationship with my husband. Also, if you're new here, I got married last year, so I am a wife. I don't have my wedding ring on right now because I work out every single day and I don't want to ruin like my ring and scratch it up. I try not to wear my ring during the week, but only on the weekends. Because that's the only time when I'm like not working out, not using my hand to do nothing like crazy. Also, guys, it's kind of dark, so bear with me. So I made it a mission this year to put a little bit more effort into how I take care of my body. Not even put in more effort, but genuinely start taking care of my wellness, because your health is everything. I don't care. You could be the richest person in the world, but the sickest person in the world because you don't take care of your health. One of the biggest things right now for me, and I had seen comments recently, was it recently? I would say recently, that people were noticing that I had lost a lot of weight, which I have. And I was like, actually, I should probably start incorporating like my fitness into my content, because that is such a big part of my life. Like up until like this year have been a lot of like soul searching and like praying and just figuring out where do I really want to take my content? Like, what do I want the people to know about me? What do I want to teach people? What do I want to represent online? Because I'm really a big person of like having a purpose online. There's so many people that call themselves creators and like, I'm a content creator. At this point, everybody a content creator. My husband a content creator at this point. And I feel like people will get to the point where they just say that just because they like to post videos. But for me personally, it's more than just posting videos, more than just trying to be aesthetic, more than just trying to, I don't know, just post just to post. Everything for me has to be a purpose. So instead of just doing my usual and, you know, just trying to grow in this career by posting what I think people will want, really soul search and figure out what do you need to post. And fitness is such a huge part of my life. So I was like, that is pretty much me. Like, I have a lot of factors about me that a lot of people don't know about, especially the people on the internet. But that's because I never took the time to actually like try and show people who I was. Like, I just kind of stuck to my niche of like natural hair, and then like, of course, here and there post makeup. But like, that's not all of me. I have so much more to me than just those factors in my life. And the only way I'm going to thrive in this space is if I just be myself and post authentically me. You know what I mean? And that's just something that I've been dealing with, like in my secret place with my husband, with God, like just really rearranging my life when it comes to what content is to me, what influencing means to me. I really hope you guys can see this. Honestly, even if you really can't see the look, let's just treat this as like a girl chit chat talk while I do my makeup. It's not even really about the look. The look part is for me, but I really just want to chit chat with y'all. So you're just gonna watch me do my makeup while I chit chat. So if you can't really see my makeup that well, I can't even help it because it's actually raining today and very gloomy. So I don't even know why I chose to film on a rainy day like this. Like I was saying, part of my life really does revolve around fitness. And I wanted to start challenging myself physically. So I did sign up for a half marathon. Well, I haven't signed up yet, but I am running a half marathon early February 2026. So that's what I've been training for physically. And this is actually my first time like revealing that to the world, because that's something that's been between me, my close friends, and my husband. and God. So pray for me, pray for me, pray for me, pray for me. I've been trying to figure out a way that I wanted to segue that into my content, because that is such like a big part of what I'm doing right now. And you know, I just have been trying to figure out like, how do I want the world to know that? Like, in what ways can the world benefit from me knowing that I'm going to be running a half marathon, whether that's teaching them like tips, tricks, hacks, just my journey in general, learning from my journey in case you are ever like in a space where you want to run one or get the idea that you want to run one. For me, it's always, what is the purpose behind showing what you show? So that's just kind of what I've been figuring out lately. So coming soon, guys, there will be half marathon content popping up. And speaking of half marathon content, this kind of segues into career-wise. I actually kind of am looking for sponsors for my half marathon, like natural hair care sponsorships for that, because I'm literally gonna be running an awesome marathon. So many eyes watching, such a big event opportunity. That's a way for one of these brands to be on the market, you know? So that's getting figured out behind the scenes. Segueing truly into career stuff, I for a second had kind of started to lose my way with being a natural hair creator. I don't know if you guys, if you're watching this video, I'm not sure if you're wanting to know much about the natural hair space, natural hair creators, natural hair brands, but there is a natural hair creator on this platform called Brittany Rose, and she actually has a hair care line. I'm not really too familiar with it because I know of her, but I've never really been just super tapped into like her line or anything or what she has going on. But I do know that she recently made a video about why she's quitting natural hair, being a natural hair influencer. I watched the full video and whoo, y'all, that video surprisingly came right on time as far as like what had been going on in my life to validate like how I've been feeling, because more so recently, everything's all great now, but more so recently I had been having like some trouble with just where I wanted to be within this natural hair community, because there's so many natural hair creators. There's so many different aspects to the natural hair community. And I started to kind of feel a little bored with creating. Not to say that I was going to quit, because I don't think that's where I was going. It's just like when I saw her video, I was like, okay, good to know I'm not the only person that's feeling kind of woozy in this space. It got to a point where I was kind of questioning who I wanted to be in this space. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Natural hair content to me started to get very boring. It can be very repetitive. By the way, I'm liking the eye so far. Yeah, I don't want to be the same natural hair creator who creates the same thing over and over and over, suck up to brands, use every single product that comes out on the market, not addressing what's really going on behind the scenes. Like, I don't want to be that person. So I came up with this idea, a lot of praying, a lot of talking behind the scenes with my husband. And you guys are probably gonna hear me say that a lot, but my husband is very much a big part of my brand. My camera's about to die, guys. So let me see if any of my other batteries are charged. So, because this is about to die. Hold on. My husband is such a big part of my type 4 hair. He's part owner of it. And a lot of the decisions that I make for this platform, he also makes. A lot of the posts, a lot of the ideas that I have, a lot of the time he came up with them. Very much involved with everything content-wise for me. So we kind of just took a step back on trying to just regrouping and figuring out what I wanted to do. I found my motion now, which will be revealed to you guys very soon. And over time, you guys will get an idea of like, dang, like I see a repetition going on here. But yeah, it's been kind of hard. Like, being a full-time creator is not what it's all cracked up to be. There's a lot of highs, there's a lot of lows. And to be honest, I've probably had more lows than I have highs in this space. I'm really just very blessed because I became a full-time creator in December. So I've been a full-time creator for almost six months now, and I've had 0 partnerships within this space as a natural hair creator this year. I've had a few partnerships, but they were based on like previous engagements that happened last year that just carried on to this year. But as far as like standalone natural hair brands reaching out to me, 0. I still don't really have an answer for that. To be honest, I still don't really know why, but I'm starting to see a repetitive like thing in this space where a lot of these natural hair brands they don't really care about the natural hair creator for real. They're just trying to reach numbers. And if that looks like using someone from the fashion space to do that, they're gonna do that. Same with like these brand trips that happens. A lot of these natural hair brand trips, half of the time it really don't even be anybody of the natural hair space. It's someone in the beauty space, someone in the lifestyle space, someone in the fashion space. And it's because of the number. At the end of the day, they're just trying to sell. So if that means taking people that has nothing to do with natural hair content, or they barely even post natural hair content, that's not like the main source, they're going to use them. I've decided to pick myself up by the panties and take control of how I want to be in this space, what I want to promote, what I want to bring awareness to. It's so many things I want to say, but I'm having to be careful and just let the Holy Spirit guide how I speak about this. But just know, a lot of changes are being made. A lot of ideas are being created behind the scenes for me. And I definitely want to leave this space different than I found it. Moving on to the next topic. Friendships. Let's talk about friendships. Really quick side note though. I'm liking the way that this eye is coming out, y'all. A lot. Like I'm really liking the way that this is looking. Again, like I know you guys won't be able to really see it much because the lighting is not that good, but I'm really liking the way this is looking. If you're watching this video and you're probably like, Tyra, why won't you just get ring lights? I actually despise ring lights. Quick story time. I at one point almost thought my career as creator was over. I was on birth control back in like 2022, and it made me so sick to the point that it affected my eyes. And I had light sensitivity issues for a very long time, to the point where I couldn't even work. And that was before I actually even became a full-time creator. Like I was working a regular 9 to 5. I couldn't even do that because I would have to look at screens all day. I could not, of course, create. I couldn't be on my phone. Anytime I saw a peak of light, instant headache, instant migraine, throwing up. When I tell you, I don't even want to relive that. I just thank God so much for getting me through that time period. I was so down bad for about 6 months that I could not do anything, like light, any type of light. I remember sometimes even the fact that I would wake up in the morning and like you'll see light peeking through your curtains, even accidentally looking at that, boom. Migraine, bleariness, headache, throwing up, eyes painfully in like this weird pain. I don't even want to relive it. But that happened to me about 3 years ago. My eyes are fine now, but I still have like PTSD because the times where I was trying to actually use ring lights and like actually work and film and things like that, it was making me so sick. So ever since that happened, I've never picked up a ring light a day again. I probably can use one now, but I just personally don't even mess with them. And I know sometimes, like even today, I still have this residual feeling of like my eyes hurt when there's too much light going through them, which I know that's kind of normal. Like some people actually can't like have a bunch of light coming towards them. But even now, if I'm at an event and there's ring lights, I just would ask them to move the ring light, or like if I'm getting my makeup done professionally. I remember for my wedding, I had to go and get my makeup done a few times for like my engagement photo shoot. And guys, I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm sitting here talking, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Oh, let's move on. I'm sitting here talking. I'm like, okay, do the makeup. I had a few times where I had to get my makeup done professionally for either my wedding, engagement photo shoot, or literally anything. And I literally had to ask the lady if it was possible if she could just not use like any sort of ring light. Even at my literal wedding, I literally had to tell my makeup artist to not use any sort of ring light because it makes my eyes hurt. And even if I'm okay, like even if the ring light is not messing with me too much, I still just have such like a, and I hate to say PTSD because I don't want to just be using these words that I don't have to use, but I'm so traumatized by that time period that I just don't have any interest in ever using a ring light again. Which I should probably share that story more, because that if that's not a story that God is real, then I don't know what is. Because when I tell you God has got me through some things in life, and it's only him that would have been able to do that. Hey, but moving on to friendship though, I feel like I'm just jumping all over the place, but I guess that's the point of a chit chat, right? But friendship, I am content. I'm content right now with the friendships that I have. For a long time, I feel like I was just still struggling from just like even growing up. I just never really had a lot of friends, and I felt like that was carrying it on into my adult life. Like normal, like it wasn't anything new, but it was like, dang, I noticed this though. Like it's not new, but I noticed it and I want it to be different. But things have actually changed a little bit. One of my most previous friendship breakups happened earlier this year. And I was like, okay, at this point, God, I don't know what's going on. Like I have no idea what's going on. And I'm gonna have to just lean on you. And I really thought that it would be a very long time before I ever make a friend again, because how I had even made a friendship with her, she reached out to me. And I was like, okay, if this was to go away, I don't even know how I'm gonna even ever make a friend again. God brought me a friend like that. And I don't want this to be one of those things where it's like, okay, let's just address why you don't maintain friendships for a very long time. I don't even think it's about maintaining a friendship. I think it's about me just having boundaries and me just trying to grow spiritually, knowing what I want, knowing the type of friend that I should have, that once I start to see things that just aren't okay, it's not really hard for me to let that go. And I know a lot of people, it's hard for them to do that. They're like, once I make a friend, I make a friend. Like I'm not trying to lose that. Like I'm not gonna throw away a friendship all because whatever. Me personally, I treat them with a lot of tender and care, and I actually care about the friendships that I make. And I like to have meaningful relationships, like very meaningful relationships. I guess that was just for a season, and that's okay. You have to understand when God gives you relationships just for a season, or friendships just for a season. I recognize that now, and I'm very grateful, because as soon as that friendship was over, it wasn't long before God introduced me to a whole new friend that I absolutely love. Like I love that girl. She's probably never gonna see this because she's not really a person that's on the internet much. But you know who you are if you're watching this. Everything is going quite well. The only thing that I'm kind of like, I wouldn't say dealing with right now, but something that's been on my heart recently, because my friends have like brought it up to me, and I know that like it's something that I should be incorporating, but Corey and I have still been trying to find like our community here in Austin. If you're new here, you don't know, yes, Corey and I, we do live in Austin. And we've just been trying to find our community. Like, we moved here almost 4 years ago, and we still don't have like a group of community that we would like to have out here. Like, it's almost as if we really don't know anybody out here. Like, we've been through a few people that we thought would be like maybes, but you have to have discernment, and we realized really quickly, like, oh, never mind. But we also don't really put ourselves out there much. Like, both of us work from home, so it's really rare that we even leave the house for real. The only time we leave the house is to go to the gym, and it's just kind of hard. But I do realize that we can still find a way to put ourselves out there, the right way. Because I always pray and ask God to bring us community, but I do know faith without works is dead. And you can't just sit here and be like, okay, God, bring us community, while you sit in your house, do nothing, stay locked up. It's like, okay, go in, out, and try to put yourself out there for God to even bring someone to you, because no one's gonna walk in your house. So you need to find a way to allow God to do his job if you do your job. Corey and I, we also don't go to an actual physical church here in Austin, because our home church is back in Louisiana, and we love our pastor so much that we have just stayed online. When we moved, we were like, okay, we're just gonna have to watch our pastor own church. Like, I refuse to go to a new church with a new pastor. Like, I just love my pastor so much. So I guess it's another thing that kind of holds us back. But I do understand that, like, God can still bless us within a new church. I'm not saying we'll ever stop watching our pastor, but there are ways that we can still include ourselves in some sort of ministry here, even if that's not directly with the church, that God can bring us, young marriage community-based community. So that's something that we've been working through right now on the topic of community. But when it comes to just like girlfriends, I am satisfied with it. When it comes to just true community, I'm not. Yeah, that's one thing that we've been working on, or at least have been made aware, because all of my friends are like, Tyra, no, it's really important that you guys like really find y'all's community. Like, seriously. We're kind of figuring our way through that right now. I am loving this Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Concealer. I feel like this is probably one of the most like quality concealers I've received in a long time. I got, oh, did y'all hear that wheeze? I just wheezed so hard. But, and yes, I do have asthma, but this is a very, very mattifying concealer. I'll show you guys. Very, very mattifying concealer. If you're a person who sweats a lot, or just like your concealer just happens to move around a lot, 1000% recommend the Estee Lauder concealer. Moving on to the next topic, which is mentally. Mentally, I've been okay. For a little bit there, I was kind of in like a little bit of a rut at one point, but I think all of that just still stemmed from career. Like, for me, this is one thing that I have to work on, which I guess is all kind of ties in together. When I'm not okay, when I'm not well mentally, it throws everything about my life off. Somehow I allow my career and things that I'm going through personally affect everything. Like, something's off, everything's off. So at one point I was kind of struggling mentally, because there was so much going on and so much I was confused about, so much I was just like lost about, and I was down bad. Like, I just didn't want to do anything. Every single day I even tried to get up to do something, I just felt defeated, and I would just go back and lay back down. And I guess you could say, I don't know if that like lingers on the side of depression, It probably does. It just feels weird saying it because nobody ever wants to say what they think it could be, but it definitely feels weird saying it. But if that's what that was, that's just what that was. And I'm definitely much more in a better space now because things are figuring itself out, like I was saying earlier, with just my career, spiritually. Also, that's another big point. When I'm not where I want to be spiritually, or I can tell that I've been off, not praying as much, not reading my Bible, not reading my devotional, not spending time with the Lord, not taking time to, hear Him, be in His presence, everything's off. Everything is off. Like, I just don't feel at peace about life at all. Like, at all. Quickly, I'm trying to remember, what does Annie do after she sets that? I think she goes back in with a little bit more blush. And then she'll add like a little bit more. She'll add a little bit more inner eye brightness. But yeah, when I'm off spiritually, everything's off. It's not a good feeling. That's why it's so important to keep your mind stayed on Christ all day, to ask God to give you your daily bread, because the moment that you forget, the moment that you get too comfortable, you get lazy, things are going great in life, so you just forget who you should be talking to, everything crumbles. That's just something that I've really, really, really noticed in my life. God is good. This is also a quick reminder that even when you don't have what you want in life, God is still good, because 9 out of 10, you don't have it because God is preparing you for something bigger, or He's waiting for you to do your part for Him to be able to do His part. When you're not trusting Him, you're not doing your part. When you don't have faith, you're not doing your part. When you doubt, you're not doing your part. And God can't bless you and give you all the things that you think you need or want unless you do your part. So this is just, take that with you, and just remember that God will bless those who love Him. He really bless those who are righteous. You really can't expect God to bless you when you don't live a life of a righteous life. I'm gonna say it again. You really cannot expect God to bless you when you don't live a righteous life. And that is in all types of capacities. The way you treat your friends, the way you treat your family, the way you treat a neighbor on the street, the way that you would treat a homeless person, your heart posture behind everything. Like, everything matters. Everything matters. The things that you may think like, that's not a big deal, like, whatever. No, actually it does matter. God sees everything. God sees the heart of man. One of my favorite creators were just ranting about the pink powder from Huda, and she was saying that she has been putting that on before she puts on yellow powder. So I'm gonna try that today. So far though, guys, I'm loving this look. She was saying that pink powder, she treats pink powder kind of as like a corrector, and then she treats the yellow powder as a brightener. Like, the pink powder kind of neutralizes it, and then the yellow powder will just brighten the look. I wonder, should I go in with the pressed powder, because I have this yellow Easy Bake and Snatch. This is in Kanafa. Never ever used this because I got it like so long ago. But let's put her to the test. And I think I'm just gonna keep that yellow powder like towards the inner corner of the eye and slowly buff it out. Okay, I'm liking the way that's looking, but I feel like it's time to add probably some peachiness to my cheeks again. So perfect. Now, I always notice I do my best makeup when I'm truly taking my time and remembering my steps and remembering what makes sense. Because every single time I call myself trying to do a makeup look to film, like a reel or like a TikTok or something, it looks terrible in my opinion. But like times like this, when I'm chilling, I'm talking, I'm comfortable, I'm truly taking my time, I'm thinking about, okay, if I do this, it'll make this look like this. It always, always, always comes out better. Always. This is one of those times where I wish I filmed for like a reel or like a TikTok or something, but I didn't. And I'm okay with that, honestly, because I actually have gotten in a habit where I'm treating YouTube like my first love, like my true first love. I truly want to grow in this platform, like truly. So I'm putting all my love and attention really into this platform. So if that caused me not to be able to film for something else, I'm totally fine with that, because the goal is to grow this platform. I did a red lip. Oh my gosh, my base looks, hold on, y'all. Hold on. My base looks flawless right now. Wow. I wish I had somewhere to go, but I don't. Because I'm actually going to the gym in, oh my gosh, like 5 minutes. Oh my gosh. I did a red lip a while ago and I felt like it came out terrible. I'll probably put a screenshot on the video. But when I tell you I hated the way that looked, like I hated the way that looked. Oh my gosh, y'all, I forgot to put on bronzer. Actually, I'm not done. I thought I was done. But I did a red lip a while ago and I just feel like I didn't like the way it looked. Other people thought the opposite and they were like, girl, this looks amazing. What are you talking about? But I didn't like it. At the end of the day, I was playing in it, so it wasn't supposed to be something crazy at the end of the day. Like, it wasn't supposed to be something super, like, pretty at the end of the day. But at the same time, I'm like, okay. At the same time, I was like, okay, but I low-key want to make sure I know how to put on a red lip. Just so happened, I actually have to wear a red lip for the birthday party that I'm going to later this month. You're gonna see why, because I'm gonna vlog me at the birthday party and getting ready. We actually have to go to Atlanta again, guys. You guys, if you're new here, I went to Atlanta back in April. And I went to Atlanta back in April for the first time, met a friend out there, and now I'm going back for a birthday party. So we're gonna be doing another travel with us. You guys are gonna see like all the behind the scenes of, traveling to Atlanta, being in Atlanta, what we're doing, the birthday party, all of that. So, okay, this looks so good.
No rush. Like, take your time with that. Just like an estimate, like 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
I'm doing my lips. Like, I'm basically at the end. I just don't want to like rush the video.
Yeah, don't rush it.
But yeah, there's you guys will figure out why I have to wear a red lip. Guys, also, I'm sorry. I know this video is probably all over the place. The way that my brain just like scattered topics, my bad, y'all. But I'm basically just trying to perfect a red lip. The only red lip that I have is this. And this is the Fenty Beauty Uncensored lip. I think it's like liquid lipstick. And I know this is super popular at one point. I just need to do it correct this time. Last time I just slathered all over my lips and then try to go back and fix it, but like no. Oh my gosh, there's 2% left in my battery, so this is honestly dying at the perfect time. Okay. I still don't have any sort of like method with how I'm doing this. I'm just like practicing and like trying to test out. I feel like the red is so bold where you have to figure out how to like have that perfect blend between a lip liner and the red. So I really think it's really just going back in over the red a little bit with the brown and just kind of like masking the harshness of the red. Oh my gosh, guys, I think I did it. I think I did it. Oh my gosh, great. Actually, no, I love this. I love this so much, honestly. So I think we're finished, guys. My desk looks a mess, but that's fine. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is probably another terrible chit chat. I need to start having more organized thoughts and like actually write down what I want to talk about, the point, because sometimes when I just go off the dome and just start talking, it doesn't really pan out that way. But I think I am on a better like mission of like breaking it up into like spiritually, physically, mentally, socially, career wise, like where I am and what I feel that I want to talk about. So yeah, but hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the chit chat. Whatever you got out of this, if you take nothing else from this, I wanted to just say that God loves you. I love you. If you haven't accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you should. Life is so much better with Jesus in it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys with another video soon. Bye.